All right, it's Envelope Budgeting Thursdays, until I think of a better title for this video. So as promised, today I'm going to be talking about the 4 credit cards that I have. Let's see if I can hold this camera steady here. There's my 4 credit cards. And the first one is a President's Choice credit card. Next one is my Avion, my RBC credit card. And then I have a Capital One cash card. And then I have a Capital One travel card. And I also have a Capital One gold card that my son is using right now in Europe, as he's applying for his credit cards as well. And he needed a credit card, again, because they're going to Airbnb and hotels and different kinds of things, and he has cash, but he needed a credit card just in case. So that's one thing that I haven't really got my head over when it comes to when Dave Ramsey mentions that you don't need credit cards ever. I think he is meaning if you never leave the United States and you don't travel and you don't go into hotel rooms, you don't rent cars, any of that, then I can understand cash is perfect for that scenario. But I've been there. I've been in the situation where you have a credit card, you have a prepaid credit card from a bank, and you go to show them the card and they say, no, doesn't work. Sorry. And what you end up doing is you end up borrowing a credit card from a friend. Or in my case, a couple years ago, I borrowed a credit card from my daughter, which sucked big time, because I was always taught that credit cards are evil, they're bad, all that kind of stuff. They're not. They're a tool. That's all it is. So this card here, I have almost 15,000 credit limit. This one, my Visa, my RBC Visa, is basically 7,500, and then the Capital One cash one is 7,500. Yeah, 7,500 as well. And this one I believe is about $3,000. So we use this PC one because my wife has a Shoppers Optical card, so we collect points on that. And then also whenever I get my inhaler and that kind of stuff, because I have asthma, because we have benefits, I just throw it onto the credit card, come home. As soon as we get reimbursed, we pay that back. So right now this is at $0. My Avion one's at almost $800. My cash one is at $0. The reason why it's cash is you get $1 for every, I'm trying to think now, I think it's every $100 that you spend, you get $1 back or something like that. Yeah, it's actually 1%. 1% of your purchases is how it works. So if you spend $100, you get $1 back. Big whippy, right? And then the travel one is you get points and you could redeem them at hotels, all that kind of stuff. So same thing, except you get 1% rewards. And they have gift certificates and all that kind of stuff. So you can actually, if you accumulate so much, you can get stuff from the Bay, from Starbucks, wherever, and just redeem them. We haven't yet. The RBC one, you can get discounts as well with hotels, WestJet, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I just want to rack up points. But I don't like the annual fee attached to this. It's $120. So I know when it comes up in October or November, I'm going to ask them to waive it, or I might cancel it. I don't know. We'll see. Because these 3 credit cards are basically free. There's no annual. You don't have to pay anything annually or any of those 3 cards. My gold Capital One card, it's like $55 or something, so I might cancel that. The The reason why I have so many cards was I wanted to actually build up my credit score. That was the biggest reason. And if we want to make purchases down the road, it helps if you have a pretty decent credit score. I know when my son went to the bank to apply, he's 23 years old, when he went to apply for a credit card, they said you have no history. And maybe it works a little bit different in Canada than the US, but in Canada you need credit. You need credit history. So they basically looked at my son, even though he makes pretty good money as a bricklayer, they looked at him and said, you don't have any history. So that was kind of a bummer. They actually, when he went back a second time, they ended up getting him a credit card, but it's only $1,000 for, I believe it was through the Scotiabank. So they will give you a card, but they want to see credit history. So I have to wrap my head again around Dave Ramsey's thought process. I understand the idea behind budgeting. We do envelope budgeting. We do it every other week, and this Saturday we're going to be budgeting for a trip, and also getting our savings account back up to our 10,000 mark is where we like to keep it and then not touch it. That's our safety net. So I do believe in budgeting, but in Canada, I just don't know how you can get around not having a credit card. I've been hooped where I actually went to rent a car and they're not letting me rent the car. Even if I had cash in my hand, they wouldn't do it. And even when I had a prepaid card, they wouldn't do it. They said, no, sorry. So that sucked. I know there are workarounds with rentals where you actually put more money down, you put your cash down, all that kind of stuff, but it's very rare these days, very rare, especially in Canada. Maybe in the US it's different where they just let you rent cars with cash on the spot. I don't know. But I would not want to get stuck in another country, because I was listening 100% to Dave Ramsey and said, you know what, I'm just going cash for everything. I don't think it works in every situation. It works in most, but not every situation. And I don't know how Dave Ramsey gets around some of that stuff. Maybe it's because he's a celebrity. Maybe it's because he has a bunch of books. I don't know. Maybe he can explain that in one of his shows, how he gets around that. When you book a hotel, they don't take cash. A lot of them do not take cash. There are some that do, some shady ones, they will take cash, but generally they need a credit card, especially if you're booking online. Like most people book ahead. We booked a couple of hotel rooms to two different adjacent hotels because we weren't sure which one we were staying at. And then once we'd made that decision as to which one, we just canceled the other one and said, thanks, but no thanks. That's no problem. But you got to do all this stuff with a credit card. So I don't know how he gets around that, honestly. But with regards to envelope budgeting, if you're trying to save money, I don't know of a better way to do it. If you're struggling with envelope budgeting, you might have an income problem. Because I know when I was self-employed, my checks weren't coming in steady. So it became difficult to budget, because one month I'd be making $2,000, the next month I might be making $500, so it's very difficult to budget. But with my job right now, it's steady, I know exactly what I'm getting, same thing with my wife, so that helps. So there you go, so that's a little bit about my credit cards and what I use them for. And if you have any questions, or if you have any comments, maybe you have a workaround when you rent a car, or if you're booking a hotel in another country, let me know that as well. Do a video, and maybe I'll give you a shout out as well on my YouTube channel, Envelope Budgeting. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.